Hi guys, this is Jibber Jabber. This is my first video on YouTube. I decided to just try it out, see how it goes, and I decided to do City Skylines first. So this is my first video on the channel, so don't expect the highest quality, but you get what you get. For at least the 12 people that are going to watch this inevitably in the next 10 years. Internet footprints. Yeah, well, it's a pretty long video. It's almost 30 minutes long, so I'll try to talk for as long as I can, but I'll probably get bored or just run out of things to say. Not really YouTuber, just decided I was playing the game, thought I'd record it and add some voiceover, do what like people like $2.20 or cities planners play, something like that. I don't know, just try it out, see how it goes. I built a military base. I don't really see that many military bases on City Skylines, so I decided to build one. Still a new player, only started playing like a few months ago. Not even a month ago. I only really started playing with detail like 2 weeks ago. Other than that, everything that I know about City Skylines, and at least modded City Skylines, is from watching videos. When I started, it was off of I played on the Xbox. I only got my I'm recording this on my laptop. It's a Zephyrus G15 with the 3060. So not the best laptop, but it is definitely a capable laptop. So I'm recording off that. Only recently got it, like a few months ago, and even more recently started playing City Skylines like properly. And before that, all I played on was Xbox. So yeah, I played City Skylines on there, built a lot of cities, but nothing modded, nothing this detailed. Just kind of built the city, added tiles, watched the city grow, try to get as high a population as possible, and just make sure the city didn't collapse in on itself. But yeah, this is kind of my first. I want to try building like a full city, like a big city. Like I call the area Arora. I'm not sure about the name. I just came up with something. The city will probably have its own name. The region's called Arora. So I've only built a power station and this military base. That's basically it. I just wanted to build a military base because I saw a bunch of cool assets and wanted to build something with them. So this is kind of on the edge of a map. This map's called Kings Bay, I think. The map's called Kings Bay. It's a pretty good map. I didn't really change anything. I don't remember the WUD or anything like that I'm using. You guys can write it in the description or something. First video. It's 37 minutes long. I don't really do much, like half the military base was already done when you started watching the video. This video is mostly just the detailing afterwards, and it's like 7 times sped up or something like that, 700% speed, and it's still a 30-minute video, and I don't really do that much, to be honest. As I go on, I'll probably get faster and faster as building, and the videos will probably get shorter and more entertaining. But as my first video, my first proper build, I don't think it's that bad. The nuclear power plant that I built isn't particularly good. I detailed one area well, like a little facility. The rest of it's just kind of mediocre at best. And I also noticed that some of my detailing disappeared. I don't know what that's all about, but I'm not sure, maybe I didn't save or something, but that was kind of annoying. I'm still new at the game, so if you guys have any good tips or any good mods that you recommend or something that I'm doing that I could do a lot better, like let me know for sure and I'll try doing it. I'm not crazy with the detail. I tried detailing, but not the best, especially when it comes to like the ground details, since it's a military base. It's more of an air base, I guess, but there's a lot of concrete and I would kind of ran out of stuff to do on the concrete. So I kind of, later on you'll see in the video, I just kind of randomly splattered a bunch of decals onto the floor, which I don't think is very efficient or anything. Right now I'm trying to figure out all the assets that I downloaded that have like all the vehicle assets. I ended up building like a little storage depot with all of them in there. You'll see it. I think it came out decent. This would be like kind of more of a storage or maintenance facility where they like kind of do transporting. They have a lot more air focus than ground attack, I guess. It's located up in the mountains. I'd imagine they terraformed the land. They kind of used some dynamite sticks and blew it up a little to build it, because this is a very mountainous region. This is me trying to figure out another. I already had built in an entrance or toll booth, but I downloaded some off the workshop, see if they worked. I didn't particularly like them. They were kind of more like highway toll booths or like border crossing type stuff. These are some radar stations. I'll build that later in the video. Yeah, so this is kind of you get a view. There's a few pauses in here. I didn't do too much editing. I'm also really new with editing videos. This is the first proper video I've edited. It's using DaVinci Resolve 18. I used OBS to record. If anyone's got any tips on editing, let me know. But yeah, I struggled so much to just get this audio recording. It probably sounds pretty bad, to be honest, but it's the best I got right now. Not even right now, it's just my gaming headphones, and I was struggling to get it to work on the DaVinci Resolve because it uses a USB cable to connect instead of the audio jack. Well, it has an audio jack, but I prefer using the USB cable because you get better quality. It's not much better, but it is better, and it just works better with like surround sound and stuff. But yeah, it wouldn't work. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get like a better microphone or even just better headsets. These headsets are a few years old now. What are they? The Corsair H60 surround, something like that. But they're the black ones with the yellow designs. Let's see what we're building. Oh yeah, now we're starting work on the actual kind of area where like the vehicles would be parked, and where I ended up building kind of the living quarters or the barracks for all the troops. I'd imagine this military base probably is around 10,000-12,000. I plan on building a town nearby, like at the base of the mountain, like a small little town. I have a lot of ideas for this place. Like I want to build a racetrack up in the mountains, maybe even like Pikes Peak type thing. I really like cars and stuff, but this game doesn't go particularly well with that. But I want to try to incorporate like stuff like racetracks or just kind of cool things that I wish more City Skylines YouTubers like built. I really enjoy like this is my second attempt at building this. I ended up building like a decent downtown for a little bit. For probably like 4 hours of work or something like that on a downtown, and I had the building set up and a really nice road layout that I liked, which I'm probably not going to be able to recreate, but my save game kind of broke. I don't know, whenever I tried loading it, it would be a blue screen. I tried searching it up to figure out what was causing it, but I couldn't really find any good answers. So if anyone's got any like advice, let me know. I have like updated drivers and everything like that, so I'm assuming it's like one of the buildings I used. So for this one, I've been creating backups, so if something fails, as soon as I load the game, I save it to my backup, and then when I'm leaving, I save it to my primary save. So in case anything goes wrong, I have my most recent save. I don't know if that's a smart way of doing it, but yeah, here I'm working on the kind of vehicle storage. I end up building this all, but then you'll see kind of later on my stupidity, being new to the game still kind of. I ended up accidentally deleting a lot of the vehicles parked there, so I ended up having to redo it. And a lot of the video I probably could have cut out like stuff like this, because I end up redoing a lot of these vehicles anyways. In terms of the gap, like the ones I just placed the APCs across these like kind of woodland colored ones, I ended up replacing them because I didn't like the spacing of the lines. I wanted to match it with the Challenger tanks. Yeah. So, still pretty new to the software, to DaVinci Resolve, so I decided not to do that. How long have we been recording for? 9 minutes. Time's going faster than I thought. I haven't really talked much about the actual what I've actually been building, but any suggestions, any ideas? Like I'm still really new to the game, still new to YouTube or anything like that. I don't know how this is gonna pan out. I decided to do this since I was playing the game. Thought I'd record it, see what happens. Honestly, I kind of want to play other games as well, but I feel like I wanted to start, like every kid's wanted to start a YouTube channel. I'm still in university, but every kid's wanted to start a YouTube channel. But I'm kind of, I guess, a realist. I know it's kind of hard to make it or do anything like that, become a YouTuber full time. unless like it's like you can become a good YouTuber as long as you have the skill sets. I don't have the skill set though, so wasn't really confident or anything like that in doing YouTube as like a career or something like that. But so I just had to try it out. You gotta start somewhere. Yeah, I just record this in my spare time, so in case anyone's wondering, I'm doing business management in school, and so my schedule is a lot more free than anyone doing something like engineering, which is good. Yeah, another thing, yeah, I guess I live in like kind of the greater Toronto area, so I'm taking a lot of inspiration. Like the city is kind of, I guess, based on, I don't really know, I just wanted to build an area. It's definitely North American, the city. Public transit, I kind of built like almost like a utopia, like for myself, like what I would consider a good city. I didn't really take inspiration from any specific place. I guess Toronto, obviously, living here, and other cities that I've been to, just kind of stuff that I see around, or stuff that I think would make for a good city. Probably a lot of inspiration from stuff like GTA or even Minecraft cities, just subconsciously or something like that. I guess also the music. This music, I tried finding some copyright-free music on a website. I forgot what it's called, but I hope you guys enjoy it. It's kind of the same music, just looping. I'm planning in the future try putting in different songs so it gets all mixed up, especially if I'm not talking. This video I'll probably try talking the entire 30 minutes, but we'll see if I'll make it that long. It might just end up having time lapse with no commentary. At the end there are some cinematics. They're not very cinematic though, but you'll get a good view of what I actually built, showing it all off. I have had a few problems with especially like the props, like plopping in and out, and especially with the decals as well. I'm not really sure how to fix that. I know there's some mods on the workshop to fix that, but a lot of it, whenever I go in the comments, they say like it's broken, or use this updated version instead, or use this mod instead of that mod. And yeah, so there's some more mods I haven't subscribed to that might fix it. But overall, this is a pretty modded world. I got like, it's like almost like 1,700 assets or something, and I've literally been playing for 2 weeks, so a lot of collections I've subscribed to. Yeah, well, of those, yeah, 1,700 assets, but I also have a lot of mods. Like one mod that I'm glad that I subscribed to that I only really saw a little bit of was like kind of real population one, where it adjusts how many people actually live in your buildings. I wanted to kind of build like a big city, like with tall skyscrapers, like a big financial district, and then just generally be relatively tall, and then have kind of mid-rises, and then not too many suburbs. This is kind of suburbs, kind of the surrounding area, surrounding small towns, but not suburbs in the main central area. Like, there's not too much flat area. I haven't really shown you the map in this video, but it is pretty mountainous. I'll probably maybe in the next video try showing off the map a little bit before starting the actual build, because yeah, I've already started building the water treatment plant, because I don't know, I built it because I got bored. I thought it should be built before I actually started the downtown, and I didn't really try that hard with it. I tried making it look decent, like realistic enough. Well, not even realistic, just kind of built it look what I think it would look like in real life. I know in this area, at least like like in the GTA, water comes from Lake Ontario, and it's mostly from underground water pumps. So like there's not the big pump things pulling water out of the lake like you see in city skylines. But that's kind of what I did, just with another asset. But yeah, built that. We'll probably end up going back to redo it at some point, but I want to try building the downtown and record that. I feel like that's more interesting. That's kind of why I decided to record the military base, because I feel like this is interesting, and if I'm going to get good views, if I'm going to get any views at all, it would probably be this build. Yeah, finishing up the vehicle depot. It's all in the storage. There'd probably be some empty spots for all the vehicles that aren't in storage, but you know, it is what it is. They're all kind of mixed up in terms of liveries and stuff like that from different asset creators. But and this is like storage base. They ship out to different locations, maintenance base. I built like a little maintenance center. Yeah, I tried finding like some sort of like fuel tank or fuel pumps. Wasn't really sure. This is me placing down all the barracks assets that I have. I end up using these little houses here. You'll end up seeing that. There's a bit of a cut for that because my recording. There's a big gap in my recording there. That was another time where I got up. I live with like my parents and sister and commute to university. So I sometimes get called to do something while I'm in the middle of playing because this build probably took me, I don't know, this recording was like 3 hours. It's been cut down to 30 minutes or like 700%, something like that. So in total, this probably took me like 7 hours to build. So I like in like 2 or 3 sessions. That's where kind of most of the cuts come from, and the kind of gaps where I have to get up to do something else. I try finishing it as like all at once before moving on to something else. So here's me trying to like going through the real population mods to try to just see how many people live in each barracks to make it realistic. These are kind of low density houses, so there's only 1 household. I decided to move it up to 5. I don't want children living here obviously, but I can't really control that, and I'd rather have people driving up here. I built like a parking lot later on like right across. I'd rather see that full and have some cars that are nothing, so just them all being props. There's also those other nice kind of like more apartment style, but these kind of remind me more of communism of like Russia. But not even that. It's just kind of like a little too dull. I feel like this base is probably an older one, like probably established in like I don't know the 90s, 80s. So it's not that old, but I think the houses these houses kind of fit it more. It's not a relatively big base like the one in Germany, the Rheinstein, Rheinstein, I forgot what it's called, but whatever the military base of the US uses in Germany. Yes, this is inspired by American, North American cities, like I already said, this entire map. So I guess this would be, if it was in North America, it would be like, I guess, on the west coast, in the Rockies. I know the map theme that I'm using is, I forgot who created it, but it is Greece, Mediterranean, sorry, not Greece, but Mediterranean. It works. There's another map theme that I like, that I think looks good. This would be kind of more the dry winter or fall than the other one that I found has a lot more green, but it still looks really nice. One would be, I guess, would be summer, and I don't really have any of the DLC right now. I plan on purchasing them as I go on, though my worst nightmare happened. City Skylines 2 got announced right when I started building this. That's one thing I was worried about. I thought if I started building this, or even making, just building this, I'd lose motivation because City Skylines 2 gets announced, and it's coming out in a few months. Well, not like they said 2023, so yeah, a few months. 6-7 months probably. So yeah, I was kind of hesitant after finding that out. Like they announced it the day after I built this, which I'm really excited about. I'm excited to play, but yeah, I don't know. I was kind of worried that this game would kind of die out, or my me wanting to play this game would die out right after that game came out, or just finding out it's coming out, because this would be kind of irrelevant soon. Alright, here you get a good view of the entire base, the layout. I like the runways layout. I do plan on building an international airport. That would probably be like a 2-runway airport. Again, there's a lot of mountains, so there's not much space for the airplanes to go in. And I'll probably build that when I get the airport's DLC. But what was I talking about before the DLC? Yeah, I don't have any of the DLC, but I kind of imagine this place does get winter, and like pretty not severe winters, but decent winters, like snowy winters. So yeah, I want to get the snowfall DLC and maybe I'll change it and see what it would look like in the winter. I do want to build a ski lodge. There's like 2 or 3 valleys in this. This is next to this is like a little kind of marshy area. That would be, I guess, the first valley where the small town I wanted to build is. Then there's mountains, and then another valley which is a little higher up, which I wanted to build like a ski town in it, or something like that, ski resort. And I feel like that would look good in snow and without snow. And I do have the mass transit DLC. I got that right away because I wanted the extra highways and the road systems. And also the ferries. I really want to get the Sunset Harbor just for the ferry, because there's a lot of water on this map, like a really big harbor, which, yeah, I'm getting off topic, but yeah, I want the ski lodge, and then again mountains, and then there's another valley. That's probably where the farming's gonna be. Yeah, there's I do have the mod which lets me like change up the natural resources. So when I do get industries, I can use that there. But yeah, till then we're so till then. I don't know. Hopefully there's gonna be a sale later this March. Like normally there is like around March 24th or something like that. I use Steam DB to check the price and stuff like that. So hopefully, yeah. Here's the. I'm actually really proud of the runway work that I did on the taxiways. I think it looks pretty realistic. There's probably the positioning a little off, but whatever. I decided to do a lot of the detailing before adding in the concrete. And yeah, now I'm adding, like, in terms of like placing on planes and stuff, I did that at the beginning of the video you saw, and same with the helicopters. Yeah, this is a very modern military. They're using F-35s and F-22 Raptors. There is like some in the flying in the sky. I built those like my session before actually making the video. You probably won't see them. You might see them. I don't know. But I think they look really cool. They're like refueling 3 F-22s behind. It's a Singapore Air Force tanker refueling one of the planes. And then at the end of this video, I do build the B2 or B-21. Sorry. Flying in like kind of a formation with F-22s again, which I think looks really cool. It's kind of just a cool thing. I just kind of placed the assets and then lifted them up using Move It. Oh yeah, here I'm trying to see. I was just looking around the map, and then I remember I downloaded this asset with the bridge. I just want to see if it fits. It doesn't, and I don't want to, at least not right now, like move around with the bridge and mess it all up. Yeah, but it's like I really like the map. The map's really cool. The only downside is like me personally, like I like building really sprawling cities, like one major city, just have it like expand it infinitely. It's kind of hard to do with this map because of yeah, the way it's set up. Like there's not very much flat area, but that's what you get when you want mountains in your. If you want mountains, you're not going to get that much flat area. So yeah, now we're working on the kind of radar facility. Again, it's an air base. They gotta make sure the airfield's clear. So yeah, it's kind of, yeah. I found a collection, or I think it's just a mod with like all 4 of them in it, like asset mod. Yeah, placing all the military guys. Yeah, I did my best. I kind of just covered in gravel. I've never been in the military. I kind of want to join it maybe, just in the reserves or something later on. But yeah, they're loading up, getting ready to transport. Yeah, I added like kind of a water treatment thing just because I didn't want to connect it to the main thing. This is where I accidentally deleted all the vehicles and had to replace them all. I was trying to see if that brush, if I tried deleting assets using it, I want to see if it could place just them randomly. It didn't really place them randomly, but it did delete them. But it wouldn't place them. Yeah, so I ended up deleting a lot of stuff. There's probably still some stuff that I ended up deleting but not replacing. I'm not really glad it happened, but I guess one thing is that I used the prop line tool to make them all before. At least now they kind of look slightly more natural, kind of random positions. And I feel like it just looks more entertaining seeing people place it like this rather than me placing it using the prop line tool. Yeah, a lot of different types of vehicles. They got this like kind of transports. They got like the artillery, which I think is this kind of looks old. Not gonna lie, I think it's German, maybe from the Noto German times. Actually, no, I don't think so. But yeah, I just kind of assumed, or like I'm just pretending that's like the moving artillery. Yeah, they got the APCs, a lot of APCs, and then like Challenger 2 tanks on the other side, their primary battle tank. I know they're not in like kind of their transport configuration. I do have them in the transport configuration behind the airplane that's taking off the C-10. I think, yeah, that's the Canadian Air Force plane asset. There was a few other ones from the US Air Force and even the RAF, but I just chose the Canadian one because, your boy's Canadian. Yeah, those things. This would be like, those are UN. They're like UN liveries for some vehicles I already have placed. I'm just kind of pretending they're like unpainted or they're in maintenance. Or hell, maybe they are just UN and the UN decided to keep them here for whatever reason. But yeah, kind of just play with it. This I'm building now is a kind of little trailer area. I remember that there's a few trailers and these towed artillery pieces, which I wanted to use somewhere, so I thought this would be a good place. It's probably not very realistic, but I kind of built it in the same way I built the vehicle depot. It's just a little trailer depot. And yeah, in front of it, that little tank, you probably saw me building it, or you didn't see me building it, but I'm gonna add in the rocket launchers. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm not that good with military tech that much, but I probably know more than the average person, but I'm no like expert. Yeah, but I ended up putting here. I think I'm putting them in now. Yeah, there. And I put one where they're like as if they're testing it or doing maintenance on it. I doubt they're launching it from here. Yeah, I got the helicopters in as well. I feel like they're too close to each other, but it's whatever. Got some Chinooks in the back, some Apaches. Not Apaches, Vipers, I guess. I think that's what they were. Yeah, Vipers. And the Robinson helicopter, like the the Buzzard from GTA 5. And yeah, some like Nighthawks and Darkhawks, or whatever they're called, Nighthawks. And there was another plane that had a similar name, but something slightly different. I think that one was Nighthawk or Shadehawk, or I don't know, I'm just talking at this point. Yeah, this is where I started adding the detailing to the kind of asphalt, just random stuff. I don't know. It's not very good. I don't want to go crazy with the detail because, I don't know, I get bored with that. And I know I'm not very good at it, at least not yet. Probably in the future, once I get better at the game, I'll try revisiting a lot of the stuff, especially stuff like this. Like, I kind of go a little crazy with the assets, with the decals over there, as you can see. Hopefully, my game still runs pretty smooth. I have the mux switch enabled, so it's just the RTX 3060 running right now. This computer has a decent CPU. It's like a Ryzen 9 6000 series, or 6900, something like that. But it runs pretty well. Like, I was getting 40 FPS as I was playing right now. I don't know how it looks in the video. Hopefully, it looks alright. It's sped up quite a lot, so hopefully. Yeah, but I get 40 FPS at least right now. This is where the game paused and no civilians. My highways are pretty empty as well. I don't know if that's because of a mod or something, but my highways feel kind of empty. Here, this is where I noticed I had a few helicopters parked in those sheds, like under repair. I think I'm trying to find them now, but yeah, they got deleted as well when I did the mass deletion earlier. Yeah, there's probably some other stuff that I didn't notice that I lost. Like inside here, there's another B2, which is probably unrealistic having two them parked like that, because if you need them, it's kind of hard to pull out. But yeah, like that I built earlier, like before this video I started recording. They're like loading up or rearming it. I got some guards standing by. I kind of just did random stuff that I feel like would be kind of realistic. I guess one thing I also didn't mention is, if you I kind of use GTA 5's military base as inspiration, I guess. Yeah, I think even the what's it called, the air traffic control tower is from GTA 5. I don't know, or it's very similar. Maybe that's just a really common design. Yeah, I also got kind of roads running in between, which I don't think that's how it would be. But yeah, again, I'm not that good at the game. I don't really know what to put there, how to get AI to drive through. I tried lowering the road down underneath the concrete. Can't really figure it out. I know there's like concrete assets, like ploppable asphalt and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not that crazy about detail, as long as it looks good enough. And looks, I want it to look good from a distance. I don't really care about getting really close up quality. This is me just looking at what the cars look like from a closer angle. Oh yeah, this is a shooting range right across from the. I feel like it's not a good place to put it right across from where everyone's sleeping, but it is what it is. Yeah, just placing down soldiers. At this point, I was just kind of finishing up detailing, adding in just whatever I thought worked. Yeah, so just soldiers kind of standing about. I do end up doing this cool thing where soldiers getting in. Yeah, I think here, I guess not yet, but I tried putting like kind of like a platoon, I guess, or of soldiers, and they're like saluting, kind of like in the middle of a training or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a bunch of fuel tanks, empty trailers. Yeah, just kind of filling it out. I'm not really sure what to put. There's like a pretty big area, and it's an airport, so you can't really have just random stuff on the runway. Just scattered around. There's a bunch of like these rocket launches, not rockets, but these missiles, and air defense systems. And I do have some AA guns, which I just kind of put on the roof of the hangars, which is probably not where. It's just definitely not where they'd actually go. They'd probably be on the ground, but I just put them up there. I don't know. Yeah, I just kind of threw these rockets wherever I felt like it was reasonable, like kind of somewhere where not that many people would go. But yeah, yeah, just popping out random vehicles. That's like those troops are like moving around using them. A-10s, the drones in the back. Yeah, just finishing up at this point. Throwing in random vehicles. Let me know if this like kind of the speed of the time lapse is too fast, because I'm looking at it now and it kind of just looks like there's a bunch of like, I'm not sure if my video is just lagging on my part from where I'm recording from, or maybe I'm just taking really long gaps. But it's not like it could definitely be smoother, but I think the speed is alright. It's not too bad. But yeah, any suggestions, anything about the game, please let me know. If I'm doing something really stupid, let me know about that. Don't worry, I'm not a softie. I make fun of me as much as you want, but yeah, any helpful advice would be helpful, of course. There's also a lot of stuff that I probably should still add, like that fuel depot, like in that empty space. I did end up downloading a few gas station mods after this, but I didn't place it in the video, but I'll probably do that later. It's just a bunch of like fuel tanks. I had one Costco one. I don't know if you saw me. I'm not sure if it was in this video. I didn't notice, but I tried placing it down, but the Costco branding was too obvious. Though I did download other fuel pumps, so I'll see if any of those work instead. Yeah, there's all the soldiers saluting. I kind of like that. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, me just kind of adding some fortifications. Kind of throwing these around randomly. Got a tank and APC guarding the entrance. There's some soldiers up there. So if I do like first person on a vehicle or something like that driving up here, I feel like that'd be cool. Got the security post. Hangars. Yeah, but this military base is inspired off GTA 5's Fort Yankudo. Kind of the layout's pretty similar to that. Especially with the two big hangars in the back, with the two hangars in the back, and there's one on the left where I know in the game there's kind of the smaller ones, but I couldn't find a good small one that actually fit the fighter jets, like the F-35 or the A-10 or anything like that, so I kind of just placed them there. I think this is me about to do the flying B-2, or never mind, I guess I just placed another airplane still. I do plan on building a naval base as well, kind of in the main Bay Area, which I feel like would be really cool. I got a lot of assets from for actual warships, and I think they look really cool in my opinion. And I can't wait to build that, but I want to build that a little later. I already built this. I don't want to burn myself out on military already, so I also want to get a little bit of the city done, the main city at least, and yeah, primarily I guess just get the cargo port done and then figure out where the naval base is gonna go after that. Because yeah, I want to build a realistic base, not realistic base, a realistic city. Yeah, I guess I tried making the C-10 cargo plane look like it was coming in for a landing, but it looks really off with it floating and then it not being at an angle, because you know airplanes, they come in at an angle with their nose up a little bit, and there was the flying refueling F-35s or F-22s, but yeah, I tried making it look like it was coming in for landing. I couldn't get it to work. This is me placing down like the formation flying F-22s, which if you were from the ground I think it looks really cool. And this also brings me that the time lapse is coming to an end. So here's the cinematics, not particularly good, but I'm gonna leave you with them. And if you got any suggestions, leave them in the comments, please. My cinematics are pretty crappy, but I think you get a good idea of what the base looks like. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. We'll see how often I upload, or if I even upload again. But yeah, thank you, and enjoy the rest of the cinematics.